Hello everyone, it's Tailmange back again, playing Silent Hunter 3. I'm sorry I haven't played Silent Hunter 3 for a while, but I will explain why that is. And that is because when I tried to go back to my Mediterranean campaign, the game just kept on crashing every time I left port. I tried going back to earlier saves and doing it that way, didn't work. I tried starting new careers, and that didn't work either. So I don't know what it is, but for some reason every time I try and start a new career now, after July 1942 in the Med, it just crashes about 5 minutes after leaving the home port. So the Mediterranean campaign has had to be put on hold indefinitely, probably, until I can find out some kind of solution to the problem. But that means that we can start a new career in a new place. And I have decided to start a career in the 10th Flotilla. Now this flotilla originally started out with its home base in Lorient in February 1942, and then in I think August 1943 or thereabouts it transferred to the Far East. So the boats had to go all the way down underneath Africa, round, and then have a base in the Far East. I'm not sure exactly where in the Far East, Philippines maybe or something like that. But yeah, and then they would go on patrols in the Indian Ocean and around Australia and things like that. Oh, excuse me. And things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start off in Lorient in February, and then keep going until I get to transfer. Hopefully I'll survive that long. Yeah, so that's that. Let's take a look at what we'll be using. We'll be using the Type 9B U-boat, which is the larger type of U-boat compared to the one we were using before. There is the option to go up to the Type 9C. Let me just inspect the differences. I think it's got a bigger range. That's the main difference. The dive time is slightly higher with the Type C. I'm going to start with Type B and maybe upgrade later on. Let's have a look. We can upgrade to a Type 2 conning tower, which has 2 light flak emplacements instead of 1 heavy flak. I think I'll stick with the Type 1 so far. Don't really use the flak guns very much. Weapons, deck gun, pretty standard, heavy flak and light flak. Torpedoes! Lots more torpedoes now. Carry a lot more eels, as they know. We also got 2 tubes in the aft now compared to 1 prior to that, but I'm sure anybody who's played this game knows that. I'm going to put in some Type 1s and get an equal amount of Type 1s and Type 2s, I think. Let's just do this. And 1 in there. And I have some Type 2s in reserve as well, couple. This can be both Type 2 and there, that'll do. So that's torpedoes. Engine upgrades, can't do. Batteries, we can upgrade the batteries for 1500, but that's my entire renown. Don't know if I want to do that. I'm gonna have to. I'm not sure if this makes so much of a difference, to be honest, but I'm gonna upgrade it anyway. Radar, no, not gonna bother using radar really, it's pretty pointless. We can get Alberic for 1000 renown points. So the choice we have really is Alberic or upgrading the battery, which improves the underwater range. I think I am going. I can't actually do the battery because I haven't got enough, so it'll have to be Alberic. There, good. Okay. So that's that. That's everything I need to upgrade there. We're on U124. Try and remember that. Those upgrades have took us to 3rd of February. Okay, now let's look at the crew. Much bigger boat, a lot more crew. We need to get an extra officer. Let's go down to the cheaper ones. Kurt Hagenau. He's a medic. Do we have a medic already? No. Well, medic's kind of useless, but I can't afford anyone else, so you'll do, Kurt. Get some petty officers. Ferdinand Goldbeck. Harrow. Didn't catch his last name. Heino Hessler. Heino. I like well, I was going to say I like Heino. I've never heard any of his music. I like the way he looks. He's got a funny face. And we're full up with sailors. If you don't know who Heino is, he's a German pop star, I think. Anyway, I'm rambling, so let's get on with it. So it's February 1942. News for January. Admiral Dönitz launches Operation Paukenschlag against US coastal shipping. So the US has now just joined the war against Germany after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, which we all know, of course. So this is the second happy time for U-boats as they go out to the American coast and sink lots of American shipping, which were completely unprepared for being attacked by U-boats. So hopefully that's what we'll be doing. On the 15th, Japanese troops invade Burma. Actually, on the 11th, missed that, Japanese capture Kuala Lumpur. And then 23rd, Japanese troops land on New Britain and New Ireland, which I guess is somewhere in the Pacific. There we go, some monthly losses for January. 3 U-boats lost for 301,224 tons of Allied shipping, which is a good amount for Germany. They're doing well at this point in the U-boat war. Alright, and we're going to patrol area ED99. Not sure where that is, I think it's somewhere near America, but we'll soon find out. Alright, so let's do it. I'll click start and I'll see you in the sub. And here we are in our brand new state-of-the-art German U-boat. Well, not quite state-of-the-art. I think Americans have better submarines than the Germans. But anyway, state-of-the-art for the German Kriegsmarine. And as you can see, it's a lot more spacious, a lot more room, and a lot less sausages. We don't have the Flight Monkey's new interior mod for this because he's just done it for the Type 7 U-boat, so it's just the basic stock Type 9 U-boat interior we have. So no torpedo rooms or kitchens or anything like that. Yeah, so there we are. The floor is a lot more fancy. And here we are on the outside in the conning tower. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put my emblem on the side, but that's no big deal really. It's a bit dark to see the actual boat, but here it is anyway. And we have a band this time to play us off, which we didn't have initially, so that's nice. Okay, let's see where we're going. ED99 was the reference, so ED I think is somewhere over here. ED. The Caribbean. I was about to say Caribbean, but us British people call it the Caribbean. We're heading for warmer climes, and 99 is it's here. Okay, kind of a strange patrol grid. Most of it, well, a large part of it is made up of land, and it's also shallow water. So I don't know how well we're going to do there, but that's where we've been told to go. So that's where we're going to go. I would like to have gone to maybe New York or somewhere on the east coast of the US, but excuse me, keep burping. But that's not going to happen because this particular flotilla mainly operated around the kind of southern Atlantic, mid to South Atlantic Sea. Didn't really go to North Atlantic, so that's where we're going to be sent most of the time. I'm going to get rid of this guy on the conning tower because he's annoying me, and move all my guys to their sleeping quarters if I can. Not enough room for everybody. Some of them are going to have to go into the electric machine place and kip in there. Yeah, that's that. Okay. So let's head off on our first patrol. Bye guys. Bye beautiful nurses. It's 10 o'clock at night, local time. the local time and the submarine time is obviously going to change quite drastically once you reach the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. So I guess we're going to be about 5, maybe 6 hours out of whack, so to speak. Oh, we've got a Stripey member on the bridge for a change. Stripey Johan is no more. We now have Stripey, I think that's this guy, Ernst Andresen. Stripey Ernst, if this is the right guy. Let me see. I'll move him out and see what happens. Yep, he's gone. So that is Stripey Ernst. He's our watch officer. Better watch my course here as well. Let's go this way. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh God, sorry, lots of noises I'm making today. I apologise for that. Try and avoid the docks. And I think we then head out this way to avoid any mines. And then we're going to head across the Bay of Biscay. Like that. Just make sure we're not going to hit anything. Actually, I think I'll get clear. I know there are a lot of mines and subnets around Lorient. So we need to avoid those. Right, so that's our course. And then we need to get over here. Like this, perhaps. Past Spain. Past the Azores. All the way down near the equator, or I'm not sure which. Well, where's the Tropic of? Is it Capricorn or Cancer? I can never remember, but they're somewhere around here. Yep. And then we need to go there. So I guess we can go down here and here, and then here. I mean, we may not even reach there. We might run into a convoy before we even get there. A lot of convoys come up through this way, past Spain, as you can see on the map. Go in through Gibraltar, so I might run into one of those. Who knows? Goodbye, Lorient. We won't be back for at least 1 month, probably longer. So let's speed things up a bit. Got a plane flying around, which is unusual at night. That boat up ahead of us is probably the pilot ship, so you want to stay on its course as much as possible. I would guess that those are 109s. I'm not sure when the FW190 came into service. It may be there may be 190s, but don't know if they were actually active in February 42. Thanks for the cover, guys. Alright, so let's keep going. Decrease the time every time, increase the time compression every time a new ship or plane comes into view, which is a bit annoying, but there you go. Oh, now it goes this way. Okay. Like that. Speed up a bit. And there we are. We're clear of Lorient, or Lorient, and it's time to begin our magical journey across the Bay of Biscay all the way to the Caribbean. Alright, I'm gonna skip this bit because it's gonna take a long time to get all the way over there, so there'll be a lot of skippage in between. And I'll come back if we reach the destination or if we run into something interesting along the way. So I'll see you then.
Schiff gesichtet.
Hey, we've spotted a ship. We've spotted a ship. We've just reached the Azores and we appear to have spotted a ship bearing 350.
Schiff gesichtet. Lage 350. Große Entfernung.
You can just see in the distance there, plume of smoke. It's February the 8th, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, local time. And it looks like there's actually two. I can see another smoke plume just barely there. You might not be able to see it, but I think I can. Okay, so not showing up on the map yet, but they're right in front of us basically. And
Volle Fahrt voraus. Volle Fahrt voraus.
I think they might be going this way, kind of diagonally across us, like that maybe. Let's see if we can't lock onto them and get some map contacts. Yeah, there's two right there. Here they are, two of the little buggers. And they're heading this way. Like that. So, with that in mind, if we head... We're actually pretty close to their path. We just need to slow down. We just need to turn this way. Something like that. And wait, basically. And I shall need to find my notes again, so I can use my magic scope. Where are we? Okay. It's been quite a while since I've done this. Quite a while since we've had any kind of contact with any enemy ships in the last career, so this will be interesting. How far away are they? About 8 kilometers. They won't be able to see us yet, but I will go to periscope depth fairly quickly. And that should do it. So we're on a kind of 90-degree angle. Let's go beneath the waves.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
Here we can see my new boat in all its glory, much bigger than the old Type 7 boats. Lots more room for torpedoes, men and fuel. And really, when you look at the U-boat or war or the Battle of the Atlantic in retrospect, these are the boats that Germany should have been relying on, because they were much more effective, as far as I'm led to believe, than the Type 7s. But for some reason, Admiral Dönitz decided that the Type 7 would be the main boat of the U-boat fleet, so those are the ones that got produced the most, even though they are pretty much outdated. Even this thing is outdated compared, I think, as I said before, compared to several American submarines. But it's still a step up from the Type 7. We're submerging quite slowly because we're at a full stop, but that's okay. Let's see if we can hear them. Might not be able to hear them yet. They're not under enough, and it takes some time for the game to kind of catch up. There. Alright, so now we just need to sit and wait for them to arrive. And there's the contact showing on the map. Wait until they get a bit closer and then we'll try and identify them. Let's give it a go now. Let's check where they are in relation to us, kind of on a 310, 300, yeah, there they are. Look like fairly small merchants. I wonder if they're armed. I think I can just make out a gun on the back of that ship, so maybe they are armed, so I might not be able to use the deck gun for this. Let's identify them while we can. Not that one. It's got two masts in front. Have I gone past it? Is it this? No. No, no, no. A coastal freighter. Looks like it to me. One coastal freighter. I think this might be a small merchant, maybe? Small freighter. Yeah, I think it's a small freighter. So one small, what was it? I've forgotten already. Got one coastal freighter and one small freighter. A bit strange for a coastal freighter to be travelling all the way across the Atlantic, I guess, but who knows? Maybe that's what they actually did. So let's bring that down. It is still daytime out, so maybe I should wait for nighttime to arrive ideally, but there's only a couple of small ships, so I think I'll take the risk. And let's bring it up here. Okay, coastal freighter is smaller than this one. I'm going to try and launch one eel at both. Okay. Just reading through my notes here. Got to do the range first. It's still fairly far away, so it's going to make things a bit difficult. Line up with the bottom of the hull and count the marks, which are looks like about two and a little bit. Oh, four actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, just two. Sorry, 2 marks and a bit. So, count vertical marks and run inner dial to top line. Which is this one, 2 and a bit here to the top line. Go with that. Mast height is 26.2. (25, 26), and the range on the inner dial should be this one, so that means about 4,000 meters, I think. I'm just going to check my working. Nope, that's completely wrong. Completely wrong. Let's try this again. So this is why I should play this game more often, get more practice at using this. 1, 2, it's now at like 3 marks, so we'll go for 3 here. Mast height 26.2, 25, 26.2. 3,000 meters. I think that's basically right. 3,000 meters. So I've got the range. Now we need the angle on bow. Line up the range dial with ship length. So we need this 3,000 with the ship length, which is 78.5, about there. count the number of horizontal marks. 2, 4, 6, 7 I'll go with. So that means 7 marks here. That means they're at about 47 degrees. And that'll be over this side, won't it? 47, 30, 47 is here. And the speed. We need to put the centre of the scope in front of the ship and count how long it takes it to move. Do. Speed things up a bit. And now 36 seconds. And we line up the time on the mid outer dial, 36, 2, 4, 36, with the ship length on the outermost dial, 78.5 here. And the speed should be here. So it's saying it's just over 4 knots. Just say they're going slow, so I guess that could be correct. I'm going to have to assume that is correct. I'll go 4.5 knots here. Okay, so now I've got this locked in. Pop the periscope down. And we should now be able to use that that calculation for both ships. Let's set up the torpedoes. We need to use type 2s here because it's daylight, otherwise they'll see them. Magnetic. I'm not going to. Well, I'm wondering whether to try impact pistols. I can't remember if it's impact pistols or magnetic ones that the type 2 doesn't like. I think it might be magnetic. I'll keep it on magnetic. 7.5 meters, 5, 6, 7.5 here, so we'll go with that depth. Low speed. And it is choose 1 and 2. Okay. So we need to wait until the ship gets to around about 350 degrees.
Frachter, kommt näher auf 319.
28, 29. Okay, let's pop up, see what it looks like. Open the tubes.
Frachter auf 344. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Yep, so we're almost there.
Frachter auf 345. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
So I want to find with a gyro angle of 0 to give us the best chance.
Frachter auf 346. Entfernung gleichbleibend.
Just get the hydrophone guy to be quiet. This could be a good start to the new career if we can pull this off. Although they're kind of titchy boats, it's still vital tonnage. Come on, come on. Speed things up a bit. Okay, I'm going to aim just in front of the engine, or just in front of the smokestack, rather. I'm not sure whether I should actually be using impact rather than magnetic, but I might do one magnetic, one impact, see what happens. Okay, and fire. Open the second tube. This one's going to be an impact. Make this one Get rid of that. Make this one medium speed. Oh, I can't because it's type 2. Well, we need to fire as soon as possible then. And fire number 2. There we go. And let's tag along with them.
Neuer Kurs 5-8.
Go and take a look, see if they are actually armed. Yes, they're armed. One gun on the rear, so in theory I could get in front of them and shoot them and not really... Although this one has guns on either side. So that one wouldn't work. Okay. Now we just need to wait. Should have another minute or so. Ah. Here's the first torpedo. Let's see how it looks. Could be good, could be good. Oh, here we go. Looks pretty good to me. Let's just hope it explodes. It's not quite hitting where I wanted it to. Boom! Yes! First torpedo is good. Let's take a look at the second one. This guy started to make... Wow, that one is really going up. Jesus. I think the second one may have missed. It should really have hit by now, I think. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, no, okay. It's taken longer than I thought. I should have fired at the last ship first. Because now, he may well be able to evade it. Can't see or hear the torpedo anywhere. Should be hitting around now, but it is nowhere to be seen. So, no idea what happened to the second torpedo. Can't find it anywhere. Oh well. 1 out of 2 ain't bad, and we've learned from my mistake. Hopefully next time I will remember to fire at the last ship in the column before the first one, especially if using type 2s. So yeah, that one's going down. Now I've got to make a decision as to whether to attack the other ship with a deck gun. I think I might give it a go. I'm going to try and get in front of it and hope to take it down quickly with the deck gun. Let's try and get a nice course in front of it, speed up a bit. Okay. And kind of facing the wrong way, but let's go for it. Let's see what happens.
Auftauchen. Vorne oben 10, hinten kommen auch auf 5.
It doesn't have a gun in its bow, so hopefully we can get some shots off and critically damage it. The gun on this boat is a lot bigger. The one on the old U-boat. Aim for the waterline, fire at will.
Feuer auf diese
Wir eröffnen das Feuer.
Verstanden!
Los geht's,
ich versuche
Männer!
einen besseren Winkel zu bekommen.
God, I hope those side guns don't start firing. Come on. I think they are. I can see bullets, I think. And the weather is not good either for a deck gun attack. It's possible, but the waves keep interrupting things. And one thing I've forgotten how to do is zoom in with the deck gun. I can't seem to do it anymore. I thought it was tab, but it's not working. And it's going to make it very difficult to aim manually. But that was pretty good. I think that will miss, and we are being shot at. Let's speed up.
Volle Fahrt voraus!
Volle Fahrt voraus!
Rumpf beschädigt, Herr Kaloin! Das Boot ist beschädigt, Herr Kaloin!
Boom! Yeah, this shouldn't take very long. And they're only firing anti-aircraft guns at us, so no big deal. She's going down. Excellent.
Drittelfahrt voraus!
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus!
Let's take a look at the damage. Whoa, we have got flooding. Where's our repairman? I've got a bit of flooding. Hull integrity down to 96%. Flooding has stopped. But yeah, we have got our first 2 kills of this career. Bit of leakage, but nothing we can't fix. Let's try and fix that up. Get a good look at our handiwork. Excellent. So, 1 coastal freighter, 1 small freighter. For a nice start to the career. Gonna get. Oh, I need to put this guy back on the helm.
Ruder 0 Grad Steuerbord! Ruder 0 Grad Backbord! Ruder 0 Grad Backbord!
Oops. It's taking quite a while to repair, but that's normal. Cool. And I think that's my first deck gun attack actually on my Let's Plays. No obvious damage to the actual ship for some reason, but it obviously is damaged because it's on fire. Yeah, so let's just watch this thing go down as we pass in front in the distance. Bye bye. of course, everything explodes underwater. Well, look, that thing's spinning away. Not sure that's quite realistic, but never mind. Off she goes. And she's gone. There we go. Wonder how deep it is here.
Tiefe unter Kiel ist 1,0.
Well, over 1,000 meters, so a long way down. Oh, is the hydrophone damaged? It says hydrophone functional. I can still hear water for some reason. Not sure why that is. This is taking a long time to repair. You know what? Let's try sending a patrol report back to base, see what they say. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue onwards to my destination after that brief detour. So, I will continue, and as per usual, we'll come back when anything occurs.